Alright, so we're gonna run these candy grapes back one more time because Morgan editing skills are better than mine.
That is not mine. It's because we love them. I love them.
Pluck.
I already gotta wash my hands.
Now you're gonna dump them so we can dry them off.
Are you okay?
Hang up on you!
Get away from me. Hold on.
Alright. You know you gotta go behind her like a child, you know. They're not dry, man. Wet. Take the screw, go straight. Just the tip right there.
Don't mind if I do.
Just the tip like this.
Breathe.
Look how she got a child. This is what she want to do. I didn't hit you, bro.
Jaquan, please go to jail. Don't call me, please.
I didn't hit you, bro.
Don't call the police.
You going to jail.
Jaquan, please.
Hey, I just want to wrap this up really quick. You guys, don't get caught up into other people's personal life. So it was brought to the internet. Shame on me. The reason why I was brought to the internet, I was tired. I did take financial assistance from a situation that was made up upon me, my child, and my whole family. Probably won't understand it or find another reason to blind yourself from the truth. But if somebody is feeling, you know, bad about what they did to you, they give you gifts, come, you know, do things for you. If I was such a bad person, I would have not been brought back around. I asked to be back around. If I was beating her all year long, pimple patches, all this XYZ, her mouth's big enough, you guys would have been on that. I understand you guys use love, DV, abuse. I'm for all of that with people who really actually go through that. If I never posted the video, you guys would have not heard about anything. We would still be in Detroit happily as a family. I drove because I wanted to start fresh for myself, for my kids. I could be the daddy that I need to be. Sometimes men can't be with a certain person when you guys are both damaged. In a situation where we were both damaged, guys. Don't let, everybody has had heated text messages, heated words, heated anything, man. Don't come on here looking crazy defending somebody that you don't know. The same person that if you had issues with her, she will go to hell and back to get her point proved. And no matter if she's wrong or right, she knows how to play upon a mental. So I'm just gonna move on. Today is my first day job hunting. Not gonna do any quick cutting corners. I'm gonna go find me a job, run my money up, get me another spot to Atlanta and be, you know, just blessed. My housing situation is definitely lovely. Not with another female, you know. This time it's my run. Only this time, you know, I have you guys on my back once again, which is not fair. Everybody saying give her grace, give her grace. I understand men, when they ready to go, they ready to go, you know. And he shouldn't have to be an abuser or a bad guy or all these things that you guys say off of manipulating the situation, because if it was really DV, if I never posted, wouldn't nothing be said. So who's really the person who stood on business and took the first step?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amoni, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing Morgan Bailey and the random man in Atlanta. Now, Morgan Bailey, if you don't know, is like the sixth baby mama to our baby father, whose name is Jaquan. I think I'm just finding out his name. Their relationship has been weird and very annoying in my own opinion, because she has done some things that people have called her out on. And the last time that she got back together, after she had built a platform in talking negatively about the guy, the baby daddy, because there's a whole backstory to it. I have another video where I discussed what happened. Anyway, she got back together with him, and after she got back with him, a lot of people were calling her out on getting back with him because they felt he was not good for her. He now did something. She said that he released revenge con, and people were thinking, okay, that would be the end of the whole situation. But she eventually stayed with him, and she was doing some family vlogs, family videos and everything. But lately, I think she has finally decided to call off our relationship with him because he has been putting hands on her. So she came online to share all that he has been doing to her, and she came with receipts. Like receipts. So let's check out the video and then I'll come back to share more on this situation.
I've debated making this video all night long. There's a couple things that I want to clarify. The biggest one being how uncool it would be for me to come on this app and act like a black man in America in 2024 has put his hands on me if that's not the whole 100% honest to God truth. And honestly, his videos have finally pushed me and encouraged me to just say what's been happening and call it a day. I genuinely have had tears in my eyes all night long because I have to do this, but at the end of the day, Jaquan, we all know that I have been physically abused for months on end. I mean, dragged across the house by my hair. I mean, headbutted. I mean, bruises on my body, on my ribs. At one point for a while, you got very smart and you told me you would only punch me in the back of my head because people wouldn't be able to see the bruises on me then. I came on this app with pimple patches all over my face, trying to act like my acne was so bad from using a new product, when in all reality, we knew that you drew blood all over my face and all over my chin, especially last night. For the first time ever, I was the one who provoked you because I have had enough. I've been fed up, and I've always wondered, why don't people just leave when they're in situations like that? Until I was in this situation, I didn't understand, and you will not understand, and I'm hoping that a lot of you guys out there do not understand. But I will say that after so long, you really get tired of being somebody's literal punching bag, especially when it is a man that is twice the size of you and a good 6 inches taller than you. See, two things can be true at once. Jaquan can post messages of me saying that I'm begging him to stay. That's true to a certain extent, but tell them why I'm begging you to stay. Tell them the reason that I beg to send you money. The reason why I beg to send him money is because he's consistently financially abusing me, and it has come down to the point where every single day of my life, if I don't send Jaquan what he wants, if I don't give Jaquan what he needs, he is going to post videos about me. I have a text message from him saying straight up he wants me to be working a 9 to 5, and that's what his end game is with me. This is one of the very few of them. I'm about to be fighting knots and bruises. I don't even know what I didn't buy him this time, but he told me straight up. He hasn't smoked, so he wanted to do that, and if I didn't provide that to him, then he was going to beat my butt and pull off into the night like nothing has happened, which he has done plenty of times. Another one, you might as well go ahead and get ready. You know I'm about to beat the crap out of you. Another one, I'm so tired of you. You're a dumb B word. You're gonna get beat to death playing with me. It says, send me the money. You fail to realize you'd rather get me food, shut the fuck up, or get your ass beat. Honestly, I have gotten so used to these messages that they weren't even triggering me or warning me to wake the fuck up and stand up. I have gotten very used to this toxic situation. I don't know how or when I became so used to it. I don't know how or when I became such a pushover, but that is my fault and my fault only, and I'm taking accountability for that, because had I not let him back in my life the first time, I would not be in this situation. And I genuinely don't know where it came to the point where I just was such a pushover to just do whatever he wants just for the sake of not getting beat, knowing that my kid doesn't have to see me get beat, and just having a peaceful night. So yes, you can absolutely pull up your Cash App right now and see so much money was sent to you. But we also need to talk about the money that you've stolen from me. We also need to talk about the money that you have said, if you don't send me 5K right now, if you don't send me 3K right now, if you don't send me 2K right now, I'm posting videos of you, I'm leaking nudes of you, I'm taking you down. Again, I don't feel sorry for myself because I shouldn't have let him back to see his kid in the first place, and that's on me. But I can't even explain or begin to explain what it feels like to have had so much money ripped away from me, because he knows every single time that we break up or every single time that there's drama, he can get money out of me. But I do want to make it very clear that I have never sent anybody $20,000 to leave any type of family, ever. I hadn't sent Jaquan any money before he came to Michigan except for some gas money to get here because he asked me very kindly. I even wrote up a whole entire contract that he would pay me back for that. When he got here, things got very peaceful. I thought we were falling in love again. I genuinely thought that he had changed. I thought he cared for me. I thought he came back for me, and I thought I was getting picked. And not in a selfish, oh, pick me type of way. That's just how the cards were played, honestly.
So I will leave link to the full video so that you can watch. In the video, she was talking about the fact that he has been putting hands on her. She talked about the fact that he has been manipulative. She talked about the fact that he has been threatening her and blackmailing her into giving him money. She talked about the fact that he has been extorting money from her. So she experienced not only physical abuse, she has experienced financial abuse. She also talked about the fact that she needed to put up this video after he was putting up videos that was trying to paint her in a particular kind of way, like as if she was violent. Now she talked about the situation that happened that he put up. She was saying that she was defending herself and that in the whole situation, she claims that there's a video that she has, and she also showed it to her parents. In that video, she was trying to fight him off, and her daughter was like crying seriously. And also, she also talked about how she used to give him money and how he did all kinds of things. Any which way, she has finally realized that she cannot be with him and he is a destructive person. He's a destructive force in her life. Any which way, people had things to say about this whole situation between Morgan Bailey and her baby daddy. So let's check it out and then I'll come back to share my thoughts.
Before you get on here and start talking about how Morgan is an abuser, think about how that man immediately got on TikTok to try to cancel her with the blood running down his face so he could frame the picture exactly how he wanted. That is a narcissistic, abusive man to the T. Am I saying Morgan didn't hit him? Am I saying Morgan didn't throw anything at him? No. But I'm saying, what did he do to cause that? And now why is he coming on the internet immediately trying to cancel her? Think about it. Think about it. Abusive men are very calculated. Think about it.
Can I make an astute observation? Risa Tisa was in her 40s giving y'all a sob story about how she got played by a man. And y'all ate that up. She gave y'all a 50-11 part series about how she got played by a man at her big grown ass age. And y'all ate that up. Morgan Bailey is 24. 24. And y'all are dragging that lady to hell and back about how a man was beating on her. Like she asked that man to beat on her. Her frontal lobe isn't even developed yet. But Risa Tisa, again, in her 40s, old enough to be my mama. And y'all ate that up because she gave y'all a whole series about it. And y'all made that lady thousands of doll hairs. But y'all have no sympathy for Morgan Bailey and her child that had to watch her get dragged around her damn house. They both were naive and dumb as hell. But y'all have to be so for real. Y'all have no empathy at all for that girl. She's a child.
Hey guys, moving forward, it's a new day today. First day without my kid. All I can do is just try to put best foot forward. You guys are going to take what sides you guys want to take. It is what it is. If you guys believe that that's the real me, that's not the real me. And it has to stop being normalized that it's okay to tear a black man down. Because he has multiple kids. It's a two-way street.
How about we normalize black men not pulling the race card on an audience of women to gaslight us so that you're not called out on your toxic and abusive behavior? That shit is corny, weak, and played the fuck out. Ladies, we are not falling for that shit in 2024. And if they have kids, they want to cry and hide behind the kids that they're not taking care of. Like, this shit is sick. What does you being a black man have anything to do with you being verbally abusive, telling the mother of your child that you wish she would have died giving birth to your child, and knocking her head between the washer and dryer? Morgan's father is black, so she could easily turn around and say, okay, and you're trying to tear down a black woman, so now what? And I'm sorry, but we've all seen the receipts, and it's fair to say that that is who you really are. The best thing you can do in this situation as a black man of multiple kids is to hold yourself accountable. You will always be a black man, but be a real man while you're at it.
I feel like we can all agree with the random man in Atlanta being super jealous about Morgan's platform, and he wanted that for himself. He thought that he was going to gain 1 million followers by playing house and cooking it up for the family and getting everybody to think that he's the best dad in the world. Because he's just like, I want, like, if you want to follow me on my journey, like, that would be great, whatever. And everybody that's following her is falling into her lies, and everything that she is saying is a lie. And on top of that, he's over here saying like, oh, like all the stuff that she's saying or keep posting about me is all lies or whatever. She only posted 1 video and it said enough. It was like 10-15 minutes. I don't even know. I think you can only post 10 minutes on TikTok. So it was a long video, and it said enough. It had all the text messages, and she's like, and I have more if you really want to go there. I hope you don't have to go there, because you don't have to prove anything to anybody but, you know, work on yourself and everything that you are going through. You don't want Gigi to grow up and see all this stuff that will be plastered on the internet. But don't let him silence you. She did say that she is not innocent, and she took accountability for it, and he took accountability for nothing. Just because you was raised by your mama don't mean that you was raised right or that you don't put your hands on a woman. Because a lot of men have been raised by their mama and they still do the same thing. Just because you bring your mama into this does not mean that we are going to think that you are not in the wrong. There's going to be people that follow him, and that's okay. But it's never going to be on Morgan's level, and I feel like that's something that's pissing him off. Financially abusing her is another thing, because it's just giving very much. He asked her for money and she said no, and that's when he put that revenge corn out. So she learned her lesson. She was like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do and give him the money that I need to give him, because he's not making that on TikTok. So he's just like, give me my money, B. That's not okay. You calling her delusional, you're just as delusional, because you're over here saying, you're trying to make yourself believe that you didn't do any of the things, or at least try to tell the internet that you didn't do any of the things that she out here showing. At least you verbally said some stuff, and you were probably waiting for your moment to record her that she was gonna defend herself, so that you can come onto the internet like, she beat me, she did this, I never did anything. Because she has a bigger platform than you, and she could easily ruin you with all the stuff that she has, if she has it. And you were just mad because she ruined your name before when you were a random man in Atlanta and try to play house, and here we are. And you're just mad that she defended herself for the first time. And that's going to be probably the last time, and I hope that is, and I hope she chooses herself, and I hope she chooses Gigi this time around, and she does not take you back in her life, and whatever you guys are going to do with parenting is whatever you guys are going to do, but you honestly just don't deserve to be in that little girl's life if you're going to be beating on her mama right in front of her.
Little disclaimer, DV is not tolerated under no circumstances from a man or from a woman. So Morgan Bailey went to her TikTok page to explain her side of the story. The random man from Atlanta, Jaquan, went to his TikTok page to explain his side of the story. And I'm going to give y'all my little hood journalism. I went and did a deep dive into both of their stories, right? They're both toxic toward each other. She threw blows, he threw blows. He ended up bloody. Seems like Morgan got the best of him because he the one with the cut eye and blood. Anyway, they remind me of that couple from around the way. Y'all know that couple from around the way, Keisha and Jamal. They get to fighting in front of everybody. They get to throwing blows in front of everybody and calling each other out their name and kicking each other out and putting his clothes out, and and they telling everybody each other's dirt. Y'all know the Keisha and Jamal from around the way. That's what Morgan and Jaquan, the random man from Atlanta, remind me of. They remind me of that auntie and uncle, that drunk auntie and uncle, that they get to playing spades and all that stuff around the table. Then they get a little too drunk and they get to cutting up and they get into fighting and all that stuff around everybody, telling everybody. They remind me of that type of, relational dynamic. Now, again, DV is not tolerated, under no circumstances from a man or from a woman. But let me give y'all my, final thoughts on this. They both are toxic. They both are abusive to each other. There is no reason for any of y'all to be trying to go to playing sides, because in about a month or so, probably a little bit under that, they're going to be back together. So all y'all who's on Morgan's side, stop it. All y'all who's on the random man from Atlanta, Jaquan's side, stop it. They let them figure it out. Trying to make him out to be an abuser is no, don't do that. And trying to make her out to be, whatever. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. They young. They got to figure it out. And a lot of y'all been through the same things when y'all was young with your now current baby father or husband or past boyfriend. We all been there. Again, like I said, domestic violence DV is not tolerated under any circumstances. But they got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. Now, that's just my synopsis of their whole situation. I'm your trusted hood anchor, St. Reese, and this has been another episode of Hood Journalism.
So I don't know what this proves. It just shows that she threw the picture. But I don't understand why she's telling him, please not to call the police, not to call the police. We both gonna go to jail. It's not showing the full clip. So the random man from Atlanta, I don't know exactly what this is supposed to prove. It does show like her throwing a picture, but I don't know what y'all think of it, because I can't make no sense of it.
Why did random man try to take my video down and he reported it as nudity? There's no nudity in there. Narcissists always do that. They post what they think people are going to be on their side, and when people are not on their side, they delete it. So anyways, you guys boost these and go view my last video, because TikTok actually put it back up because there was no nudity in it. Just your narcissistic ways. You could tell that Morgan was afraid, covering herself with the picture frame she threw at you that cut you, and you were literally hitting her first. You could tell Gigi asked her mom, "Are you okay, mommy?" because clearly she just seen what happened and her mommy was the victim. She would be going up to her daddy if her mommy was hurting him. How he claimed it happened.
Jaquan, I told you to stop while you were ahead because I was on your ass, buddy. Did you think I wasn't serious? You just posted these pictures, and I think what you were trying to do was show that Morgan would do anything to have you in your life and give you all this money, but what you actually did is just shown financial abuse, financial exploitation. Financial blackmail or extortion is the legal term where someone uses threats, intimidation, or coercion to obtain money, property, or services. In fact, if you look at emotional abuse and financial abuse, it literally says, in cases where threats involve emotional manipulation, such as, "I will leave you if you don't send me money." It can also be a part of the emotional abuse and financial exploitation. Jaquan, stop while you're ahead. 2K ain't enough for the headache. Not to mention you saying the only way you would stay is if she sent you money. And then when she sent you money, you said it wasn't enough. Jaquan, you're an idiot. You've also posted this thinking that us women would not think of pick-me girls and how they were going to be all up in your ass. We've always known about them. They're a lost cause. They're a lost cause, and truly, if I'm being honest, if this is how they want to play it, I hope they fuck around and find out. I don't wish that on anybody, but if you want to fuck around, you're going to find out. Just like you are right now, Jaquan.
Morgan should not have had to come on the internet and post that video for us to already know that everything that she said in the video was true. It was obvious before she said it. And the problem is that y'all always want victims to have to relive their trauma and prove to you that they're actually victims. The first thing that man did after he was harmed was get on the internet, eyebrow leaking, to tell us what had happened and that she was the perpetrator. In the same video, all he talked about was money and her platform and why he feels like people should stop supporting her. How much danger are you really in, sir? Quickly. And if you pay attention, he has since continued to make videos about money, talking about how his platform is going to continue to grow and that he's not going to let nothing stop his bag. He never cared about that baby, and he never cared about Morgan. That was obvious from the start. He was only a willing participant because he saw how big she got and he saw that it would make him money. Now, what's unfortunate is that Morgan had to get on the internet and hold herself accountable for something that was not her fault. She simply wanted her kid to grow up in a two-parent household. Most people who experience DV and have kids stick around for that exact reason. And y'all act like all this is new. But he wants to get on here and ruin her career because he wants to continue to be able to insert power and authority over her. And when he couldn't do that anymore, he knew that if he got on the internet, threatened her, and tried to embarrass her and make her look bad, that he could try to tarnish her name. And for all of y'all that are supporting him and asking her why she didn't just call the police, you're the reason that people continue to be in this situation. And before y'all say I'm picking sides, I don't follow either one of them. I never followed her because I already knew how this story was going to end. Men like him don't ever disappoint. I promise you they're going to be exactly who you knew they was going to be.
We got to stop acting like as women we have never begged a man to stay.
You guys have done that before, right?
Be honest about the relationships and the situationships. We've all done it.
Please tell me that you guys have done it also. It's not just me.
Stand on your 10 toes and own that. You begged somebody to stay. You wanted them to stay so bad.
I am begging you to say that you have. It can't just be me and Morgan.
What's frustrating is I'm scrolling on TikTok and I just constantly see black women bashing Morgan Bailey. And what I'm confused about is that we are the #1 victims of DV. We are the #1 victims of DV. Women that look like me. We are the #1 victims, so we know how it go. We've seen it, we felt it, we experienced it. So how could you not understand, or even if you don't understand, how could you come on here and bash her knowing that we are the #1 victims of her circumstance? Black women experience higher rates of intimate partner violence amongst any other race across the board. So for other black women to come on here and to say, well, it was no reason why Morgan Bailey did this, and why did she go back, and we already knew, and just, oh, she ignored all the red flags. But you guys are ignoring all the red flags that this man, and she posted receipts that this man has been threatening to ruin her platform for months and months and months on end. This man has used her for money and leveraged her platform against her for months and months and months on end. This man has also taken advantage of the fact that she was insecure for months and months and months on end. And then for people to say that Morgan Bailey is not a black woman, just stop. Everybody knows that her father is black. Just stop. The moment this man could, he hopped on the internet and did exactly what he'd been threatening to do to her for months and months on end. Granted, I understand all the faults and the mistakes that she made, and she even came on here and said, I am aware of all the faults and mistakes I made. But that does not excuse his behavior. The first thing he did on the side of his face was come on the internet and try to tell us about it. Because he wants to discredit her. He wants to ruin her reputation. He's been using it against her for months to drain money out of her. And I truly believe that she just got tired. And I truly believe that he did everything that she said that he did. Everything she said he did, I believe her, okay? I believe her.
Morgan Bailey has finally spoke up and said what I was thinking the whole time. The pimple patches being on her face, the scratches on her neck, her face being extremely swollen one day and then kind of petite the next, her house being a fucking wreck all the time. The woman was being abused, and she's still in postpartum. Her daughter is not even 2 years old. And it just goes back to that old saying of saying, when you put a frog in lukewarm water and slowly turning up, they don't even realize that they're boiling to death. And when your mind psychologically knows, like, okay, my daughter deserves a 2-parent household, she loves her father, this, that, and the third, this is the right thing I'm supposed to be doing, you will sacrifice your own happiness, your own safety, because you're not able to connect the dots in your head. So y'all, give the woman grace. It seems like she's trying to take ownership and responsibility and being public about the problems that she's having, and that is the first step in getting some help and recovering.
That random man from Atlanta finally dropped below 70K followers. So if you don't know what's going on, the random man from Atlanta, aka Jaquan Sanks, went live immediately following the fight that the two of them allegedly, for educational purposes, had. And he had 76 point something K followers at that time. That was what, a week ago or so? And now I just checked and he is down below 70. He's at 69 point something. So I am so happy that his follower count is continuing to drop instead of increase. My biggest fear in all of this, especially now that he's posting new content, especially content about, oh, this is my first day without my baby, da-da. I was fearful that there were going to be people come onto this app that had never heard of Morgan Bailey, never heard of Gigi, never heard of Jaquan, never heard of the random man from Atlanta, hop on here and start following him blindly. So keep sharing, keep
putting the message out there that we have to get people who are following him. There's still almost 70K people, below 70K now, but still almost 70K still following him. And we don't want him to have blind followers. We don't.
Now, like I said, I've talked about Morgan Bailey and our baby daddy before, and I talked about the revenge con that he did, and the fact that I was not surprised that he did that, because when she said she was getting back with him, I felt like that was a bad situation. Unfortunately for her, what I perceived about the whole situation was actually true, but I did not think it was going to reach this level. It's very saddening that she had to go through that. The messages that she put up were just scary. If you don't give me this, I will beat your ass. If you don't do this, I will do this. If you don't do that, I will do this. In the other video where he shared his own receipts, he was trying to paint Morgan Bailey as the person who was trying to keep him, who was giving him money to stay. And she also took accountability of the fact that she, yes, gave him money sometimes just so that he would not really like bother about things and also stay with her daughter and her. But the other part where he was threatening her and always demanding money, it was just scary. Now, when she was describing the situation, I think it was the last altercation that they had, and she was talking about the fact that her daughter was crying as she was watching the interaction between her and the baby daddy. I just remembered that one of my earliest childhood memory was me and my sibling trying to protect my mother when my male parent was attacking her. And I think it was about 5 and my sibling was about 4. I'm not sure, but we were very small. And the fact that that is my first childhood memory, I don't think I can remember anything before then. But that memory has stayed with me. I didn't even know that my sibling remembered that incident until when we were discussing my male parents shortly after my mom died, and my sibling mentioned that, and I was like, wait a minute, you remember that too? So when she was talking about that, I was just like, I hope this girl doesn't remember this when she grows up or as she's growing, because it's going to be, I don't know, from someone who has remembered and has witnessed her mother get hit different times. It's not something that I wish on any child. So I really hope that she doesn't remember anything when she's growing up. Now, I really hope that Morgan Bailey is fed up of that guy and she has realized her worth, because I don't know. I really don't know, because I want to say, oh, okay, it's time. She has finally realized that the guy is a mess, is a no good person for her. But with people who are in abusive relationship, it's hard for them to just leave. I'm hoping that this whole situation, as she said, she is done. But then again, we've seen where people say they are done and go back to their abuse. Now, if those receipts that she showed were genuine, I need her to stay away from that guy. I know she might be thinking, oh, our daughter needs the father. No, he doesn't need that kind of father. I'm sorry. He doesn't need that kind of father. And he might try to use her daughter as a way to get back to her. I need her to say no. If she can get a restraining order, that would be nice, because I don't want her to give him even one small chance, even as small as this, to come back into her life, because he's going to do all he can to destroy her finally. So I really, really, really hope for our daughter's sake that she never has any interaction with him. If she even wants to like interact with him, let other people be there. Let them be looking. In fact, if it is he wants to see his daughter or something, let another person take the child. Maybe her mother or her father or something should take the child, let him see, and then take the child back. something like that. She should not have any association with him because he's obviously manipulative. Now, I think that when he saw that she was growing and she was earning money from our page and everything, he came back, did all the sweet talk and everything. And she like she said, her parents are together, and so she has grown up in a two-parent household. So she was trying to give that to her daughter. So that's why she probably was forgiving him and everything. But the thing is, I feel like he came back to try and build his own page, to try and become an influencer and be earning money from his lives and everything and his videos. And maybe he got fed up of pretending, and he got fed up of her resisting. And now that she has finally said enough is enough, he doesn't like feel like he's going to need her because he has his own page. I looked at his page. His page is he has almost like 100,000 followers. I think he has about 85,000 or something. So he can probably be earning some money from his videos. So I think he feels like he already has followers, he has views. He probably will get money from the live and his viewership if the videos are doing well. But I don't know. I feel like if that plan doesn't work and he's not making enough to support his lifestyle, he's going to try to find his way back to Morgan Bailey. And if she doesn't stand on business, he's going to get his way and come back and be collecting money from her and doing everything. So I'm really hoping that she stands on business this time and she gets the therapy and the help that she needs to heal and move forward and focus on her daughter. Like I said, I don't want her to have any interaction with that guy at all because from all those messages and everything, he is very manipulative and very dangerous. So she needs to stay clear from him. So hopefully she will get the help that she needs. She will be strong, she will focus on her daughter, and things will work out for her. As for Jaquan, the baby daddy, he's definitely going to get what he deserves. I hope he stays away from Morgan Bailey and her child. Anyway, that's my own thoughts about this whole situation. I don't know what you guys think about it. Do you think that Morgan Bailey has finally said enough is enough and she will never go back to her baby daddy? Or do you think this is just one of the phase in their relationship and they will probably get back together very soon? I would love to hear your own thoughts about this whole situation. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.